Here's your staff. Let's give them a big round of applause. These folks start a week ahead of time from you guys so that we can be ready to go and be set for when you get here. And so our theme for the year is hashtag Wildcat Moments 2023. So staff shirts were available, so you have the opportunity to participate in that. You'll see some of our picture opportunities, selfie opportunities around the school that has the hashtag. Anytime you post something on Instagram that's connected to school, you can include that hashtag. Here's our admin team. Let's do a shout out. We got Miss Easthope over there in the end. Give her a shout out. We have Mr. Bortman, new assistant principal. We got Mr. Newell. We got Mr. Hill over there in the shadows. He'll need to step out first, he can't see. And we got Miss Solomon. Okay, at this point in your high school career, you should know who these people are. If you are new to the building, get to know them. If you do not know who they are because you've been able to manage your credits and manage your post-secondary planning, these are your folks to help with that. We did add a new college and career counselor, so you'll see 2 staff members in the Career Center now, where before it was used for different meetings and whatnot. Ms. Zachow is the counselor that's helping and supporting that. She's also the counselor that oversees full-time Running Start students. So if you are a full-time Running Start student, then she's going to be the gal to work with you. Let's give them a shout out. And last but not least, this crew here is here to help support and keep us safe and partner. They cannot obviously do this with 4 of them by themselves. That is a partnership between you, between them, and between the staff here at the school. So important that you are partnering with them and respect. What we don't have, and we'll have it for next year, is we'll add a picture of our custodians. That team is also a group that's here to partner. You're going to hear later expectations for how you clean up after yourself. It's really hard coming out of pandemic, coming into a new building, and then having to set those expectations. So what we share with you today helps do that reset. How you got to behave last year is not how you get to behave this year. So if there was an opportunity sitting at a lunch table where you didn't clean up after yourself or your friends, you're going to hear today that the expectation is you help everyone out. They are not here to clean up after you. No different than any of us are here other than to partner with you. So that's a really clear expectation we have. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Newell.
Good morning, seniors. Okay, real quickly, most of you, unless you're new to Mount Si High School District, you've seen this the last 4 years. This is kind of the motto, the acronym, however you want to term it, the vision of how we try to operate as a school, students and staff, and getting through a school year. It's that acronym PRIDE: perseverance, respect, integrity, dependability, encouragement. Now you may see, well, I'm a senior, it doesn't really matter too much to me, but I would say this is more important for you as seniors, because in 10 months, your goal is to walk across that stage, be able to shake Ms. Hayes' hand, and get your diploma. To be able to do that is going to require perseverance. It's academic stamina is the way our teachers have been using this, and our staff has kind of been embedding that. And how do we come off of COVID? How do we get back into what it means to be a student? What does it mean to be a student who is a successful student in school? Not everything's going to be easy. That bar is your determination on how high or how low you want it. So if that bar, that hurdle you want to be really high, that's on you. We can help you lower it and have perseverance to go over it and make it more manageable, but that is up to you. So that perseverance, that grit is going to be critical, because again, in 10 months, that might seem like a long time out, but figure about it. We're already in September. We only got 2 more weeks, and we're already going into October. Then November is chopped up. December is chopped up. January, come back, go into midwinter break, spring break, and then you're graduating. So that 10 months is going to fly really quickly. So that first one right there, that perseverance is going to be critical. How do you work with your counselors, as Ms. Hayes said? If you don't know them, get to know them. You're going to want them to write you letters of recommendation. You're going to want them to help you with FAFSA, how to fill out that financial aid documents, how to apply for colleges, how to get into a tech school. What do I want to do if I need to get help to get into the military? Who is that recruiter? What about a workforce? What is out there for me? Those are going to be critical questions you're going to be asking yourself throughout the year, especially as you're working through your high school and beyond project. You may think, that's not a big deal for me. It's not something I need to do. I've been doing my freshman year. Well, that perseverance is going to play a real big part in that, because that's going to be a critical piece to help you kind of figure out what's my next step. The way I look at it, what I always try to tell students is, Find what your interests, your passions are. Backwards plan. If you know this is something that you're really interested, you're really passionate about, great. How can that translate over into a career? Once you know that, what does that mean for secondary education? Do I need to do a 2-year? Do I need to do a certification? Does it require a 4-year? Do I need to get a master's? Backwards plan. Then you figure out, how do I make that work for me at Mount Si High School? So that perseverance is going to be critical. That respect, real simple. Difference is what it is. Difference is just that. It is different. Respect each other, respect yourselves, and understand that difference is just simply that. Integrity, being who you are, being true to yourself, doing the right thing when nobody's looking. That also applies primarily, especially seniors, as you start to get stressed out. You're taking multiple AP courses. You got an exam coming up. You got an essay to write. How do I have academic integrity? Meaning that I don't rely on somebody else or something else to show what I know. So have that academic integrity. Be true to what you're asked to do when it comes to academics. Don't rely on somebody else or something else to get through. Your teachers, your counselors, admin are all here to help you, but keep that in check. How do I be true to myself and what's asked of me? Dependability, rely on yourself. Rely on others to help you when you're having that tough time where that perseverance is difficult. We're all going to have that hurdle. You figure out how you want to make your situation better, or how do you want to make it worse? How do you want to lower it to a standard to where you can get over it and manage it without too much difficulty? And encouragement. Going to be critical. You're going to see a lot of that as you're coming up on the end of your senior year, as you start wrapping up May and June and getting ready for your graduation and all the hype that comes with it. But that encouragement is also going to be just as important as perseverance. Those two are on the book end, the front and the back end, because those are critical to help respect and integrity. You're going to need to encourage yourself. You're going to need to encourage others. You're going to need to have that throughout the year, especially in those tough months when it's cold, dark, and wet, and you're not sure if what you're doing this year is going to play out with what's going to happen next. You're going to have those questions. You're going to have those doubts. How do you have that encouragement? How do you rely on somebody else? How do you have that integrity to yourself and others to make sure you're persevering to know what it's going to take to get to the end? One thing that we are adding new to this year, we started with our freshmen at the orientation. This is a commitment to graduate. Basically, what we're saying is we're going to give you an opportunity that's going to come up here soon to we're going to ask all of you. We started with our freshmen, we're doing it with our sophomores, we're doing it with our juniors, and we're going to do it with you. We're going to ask you to sign a pledge that says, I commit to graduate. As part of that, you're going to get a postcard that you're going to take home, that you're going to hand to Miss Hay when you walk across the stage. Again, when you walk across the stage, you're going to hand that card to Miss Hay and say, I made a commitment to myself, I made a commitment to my family, I made a commitment to my school. Here's what it is. I'm graduating. I'm excited about it. Here's my commitment. I'm showing you I can do it. That's that step into what happens next after high school, that commitment to what you're going to do next. So we're going to have those opportunities. We'll get back to that at another time on what that's going to look like and how it's going to look like. I'll get to your questions at the end. Okay? On that note, this is one thing I'm going to encourage you all, seniors, to challenge yourself. You all have done the SAT, the PSAT. Seniors, if you still want to take the SAT, even though you've taken it before, you have that opportunity. It is not required. It is optional, but we encourage you to do that, especially if you're pursuing a competitive 4-year college or even a 2-year college afterwards. On October 12th, it's going to be our testing day. If you want to come and you want to be here to take that SAT test in the morning, then there's going to be a link to where you're going to register. We need to know how many seniors still want to do it, even though you've already done it, so that we can order enough booklets, we can plan accordingly. The deadline is going to be, look at the date on there. That's coming up. That's this Sunday at midnight. So we'll get this out to you. We'll get it out to the parents. We'll message it in multiple ways. Ms. Hay had said 3 times. We'll get it 3 different ways. So that way, if you're like, yes, I want to take the SAT, even though I've done it before, you sign up. We get your name on there. We know to order a booklet for you, and we'll figure out where you're going to do the testing. That's on October 12th. Just put that in the back of your mind. Get it on your calendar. And I'm going to challenge yourself, even though you've done it, do it again. Doesn't hurt.
All right, so some of you guys might be thinking, I've already taken it, I'm ready to apply for colleges, but October 12th, that could be one last opportunity you take before you submit your applications. You'll get your scores back in time. So how many credits do you guys need to graduate?
24.
Thank you. Thank you for sounding so confident, because everybody else was like, 24? Okay, yes, you need 24 solid credits to graduate, 4 in English, 3 in math, 3 in science, 3 in social studies, 1.5 credits of physical education, half a credit of health, And then we get into the arts, okay? If arts are your thing, you can take 2 credits of arts. Also world language, if that's your cup of tea, take 2 credits, even more of world language. But if maybe, you didn't get super past pinch pots in ceramics, but you're a super masterful baker, okay, you might want to invest in our culinary arts programs, or creative cooking, culinary arts, baking, and those could be considered your personal pathway courses. And so in substitution of 2 art credits, you could do 1 art credit, 1 personal pathways course, and then in substitution of 2 world language credits, you could do 2 personal pathways courses. All of that plus 1 full credit of career and technical education and 4 credits of electives, that totals 24 credits, okay? At the end of your junior year, hopefully all of you guys are at a place where you're at 17 credits or more, because you have the capacity to complete 7 credits this year to get you to that spot on 24 credits. If you're below 20, or if you're below 17 credits, that would be the time to go connect with your counselors that we introduced at the beginning of the presentation, so that you can map out a plan to recover those credits and graduate on time. Because, as successful as Mount Si is, we have not reached 100% graduation rate. We've been pretty close, high 90s. Maybe the class of 2023, maybe everybody sitting in this room right now, you guys will be the first to reach that 100% milestone, okay? Which would be a huge celebration, right? You guys will be forever known as the class that got 100% to graduate, okay? So instead of, getting nervous about, my goodness, I might be behind, be proactive, go talk to the adults in your life. It will get hard. We are here to help you. In addition to the 24 credits, you need to complete your high school and beyond plan. How many of you guys have heard of fellow seniors talk about the high school and beyond plan? Yeah, some hands, okay? Here's my warning to you guys. If you guys do it consistently throughout the year, it will be less of a push in May. So every opportunity that you get to work with Ms. Zaka on your high school and beyond plan, complete it in those windows so that May isn't as stressful. So everybody will need to complete a high school and beyond plan. And then everybody also needs a graduation pathways. I am hoping that most of you in this room have already fulfilled your graduation pathway by either meeting the appropriate cut scores on your Smarter Balance assessment. So you need to meet standard in your English and your math. And then your graduation pathway is all taken care of. But if Smarter Balance is not your pathway, you've got ACTs, you've got SATs, and if those are not your pathways, you can also combine a collection of classes to fulfill your graduation pathway. So those are all the things that our counselors are keeping tabs on. Those are all the things that you will be partnering with your counselor, your administrators, your teachers, your advisors to fulfill. And so again, 24 credits, high school and beyond plan, and your graduation pathways. Those 3 things, and then we will see you all across the stage on June 16th. Okay? We're going to play this video.
I would say no based on time.
Okay.
We're going to post this to the website though, so you guys should watch the video.
It's a very good one.
Powerful.
All right, here's Mr. Bortman.
Thank you. I have enjoyed being here at Mount Si, and I appreciate the leadership in making me feel welcome as a new staff member. So I'm going to squarely put that on you, and thank you for that, because it's the upperclassmen who show that kind of leadership. On our website, you can give yourself a round of applause if you want. He seemed really about it. On our website, we revamped our student handbook. You're probably used to the tone of hundreds of pages. That's an exaggeration, but pretty close, of the student handbook. And we went ahead and made that a user-friendly website. And so on there, we have the student rights and responsibilities. You'll have a chance to get familiar with that in advisory, but I encourage you to search around it on your own. The rights and responsibilities are what we expect of you, what you can expect of us, and what you can expect of each other. And going back to that leadership piece, we talked with the junior class yesterday and realizing that because of COVID, they're still learning how to be upperclassmen. And so they're looking at you to see how these rights and responsibilities play out. So I encourage you to get familiar with that. In our student code of conduct, it's everything that is expected in terms of discipline and being safe. And so search around on there. There's ways to report any unsafe behavior. There's ways to talk about how to keep yourself and others safe. And finally, we have our ASB athletics and activities. If you want to find out about a club that's happening, or if you want to lead a club that's happening and partner with an advisor, you can get information on the website on the new website handbook. And with that, I'm turning it over to Ms. Lulland.
Okay, I'm going to give you just like a quick run through the expectations one more time, not that you haven't heard them over and over again. Red chairs are for eating, gray chairs are for learning. You can't be in the academic hallways or hanging out in gray chairs during lunch. It upsets the teachers. Sorry, teachers. And there's classes going on, so we don't want to be making noise in the hallways during lunch. Also at lunch, please clean up your trash. Our custodians do an amazing job of taking care of our school, but there's only a handful of them, and there's about 2,000 of you. So please pick up your trash. Make sure you are recycling when appropriate, and donate any whole, unused fruits and vegetables to the red buckets that are in both commons, okay? Our campus is closed during lunch, so I know most of you drive. You cannot leave campus during lunch. Please don't do it. There are consequences that come with it, and you are going to jeopardize some of the fun experiences that you get to have as seniors if you start getting yourself into trouble. Locker rooms, if you do not have PE, you do not need to be in the locker room. If you do have PE, use the assigned lock that you were given by your PE teacher. If you use another lock, it will get cut off. Locker rooms are closed during lunch, so no student should be in there during lunches. The 4000s building, if you still have class over there, maybe you have world language on the third floor, we have changed the traffic pattern to hopefully allow students to get to and from the rest of the building on time. So as you enter the building, to the left is Two Rivers. Please don't go down that hallway. Go all the way down towards the commons and go up the stairs that are just past the commons and use that central hallway for coming downstairs. It just helps the flow of traffic of people going in and out of that building. We do have new hall passes. They were delivered to most classrooms yesterday. We have a handful more that we still need to give out. Please use a hall pass system when you're out of your classroom. You need to sign out and sign back in so that your teacher and we know where you are if something were to happen in the hall. Ms. Hay. That's it. It's not that many rules. You can do it.
Correct. I am a firm believer that expectations over rules make way more sense. And I am a firm believer that you can't have expectations without relationship. So that's two ways. That's your guys' responsibility to build relationship with us. It's our responsibility to build relationships with you and give accountability and measures to go with that, okay? So as I turn it over to the ASB students, I just want to reiterate what Ms. Easthope said about 100% graduation rate. It is my expectation in the time that I'm principal here that we get to that. Whether that 100% means that we find you the spot that works for you and your family, whether that means that it's across the stage as this class, that is the goal, is 100%. One of the data points that I saw when I was reviewing what this school was about was a graduation rate that was in the high 90s. It was the highest graduation rate I've seen in a school. So I really appreciate that, and that is due to your hard work, that is due to the staff's hard work, and the system that we have built in our school to help support you get across that, okay? So I am excited for that day for graduation. I'll get the chance to shake your hand. Mr. Newell said that the goal would be to have that commitment to graduation and ready to go, so we are pumped and ready for that. So I'm going to turn it over to ASB so they can talk with you. No? Oh, Mr. Hill has something to share too. I forgot that.
Morning, Wildcats. Okay, first of all, I want you guys all to stand up real quick. Everybody stand up. The reason I want you to stand up is because last week at the football game, was the best you guys have behaved in my entire 3 years here. So I want you to pat yourselves on the back. Okay, so we have 3 guys right over here. You guys all know them. They're the ones that are kind of going to lead the show this year. They're going to work with me to make sure that we all behave at games. Okay, what's important about that is that this year there's new rules from WIAA, which is not Mount Si High School. You guys can sit down. Those rules are that if you are yelling inappropriate things or yelling racial slurs or anything like that, you will be removed from the game. Okay, you don't want that. What happens is someone says something they shouldn't, one of us will come find that person, we will ask you to leave. If you don't leave, the game will be stopped, and the entire crowd will be seeing you standing there after what you said, and they will know you're the reason that we are not going to resume the game until you leave. So 1, don't say things you shouldn't. 2, if you're asked to leave, you gotta leave. Now, with that being said, if you say some of those things, you will not only be removed for that game, but you will be removed for the entire year. You don't want that. You don't want to get on TV, because we all know everybody's got their phones out these days, so when you say something bad, someone's got it on video, it'll go viral, and then all of a sudden, CNN and Fox Sports have it, and we don't want that, okay? So let's continue doing exactly what you guys did last Friday. Follow these guys at volleyball, football, soccer, basketball, all those great sports that we love, and just continue doing what you're doing. That was great Friday. So I'm going to turn the mic over to our ASB. They're going to do something real fun with you right now.
Alright, hey guys, so we're going to talk a little about ASB, and then we're also going to do some fun stuff, because you guys are seniors, and we trust you a little bit more. Is this something I'm supposed to be talking about? We love our groups. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna start by singing the fight song. I forgot. So, at the football game, it was like a little shaky. We know it's kind of been a weird couple of years, but like, you guys want to come over here with me? Because I don't really want to sing by myself on the mic, to be honest. So, yeah, everyone stand up. We're gonna sing the fight song together. How do I get this to play? I'm not just soloing this. How does it play? We're just gonna have to go. Alright. Fight, fight, fight for all my side. Bring our victory. Come on and win this day for celebrate. Let's get in the rush and go on the way. Honor and glory shall see. Fight, fight, fight for all my side and victory. Amazing. Some of you weren't singing, I'll remember that. Okay, so now's our ASB slideshow. I know all you guys know these expectations. You know, we're like the leaders of the school. You know, like probably what ASB does. Hopefully you follow us on everything by this point, but really, I know you're seniors, you want to have the best year possible. We're working really hard to give you guys that year, especially after everything we've been through, but make sure you're staying on top of things, stay in touch. We're going to do our best to communicate to you guys, make sure you know what's going on, but it requires a little work from you guys to be checking things and being active and, you know, not crossing any lines to get those privileges revoked, stuff like that. So now we're going to introduce ourselves and talk a little bit about what we do. Someone have a clicker? Okay, cool. So these are very great pictures. I'm Parker. I'm ASU president, so I kind of just, we don't make sure everyone is doing what they're supposed to and making sure we're staying on the right track. And you guys can always, email me or talk to me in the halls about anything that's going wrong or any ideas you have. Just always talk to me, and I'll work to, get that implemented or fix things. So, yeah.
I'm Nick. I'm Vice President and Head Chair Recognition Committee, and we just do student breakfast, pride grams, and everything like that.
I'm Owen. I'm treasurer. I just work with Miss Wheeler on the school's finances, and just look at the budget.
Hey guys, my name is Marisol. I run homecoming and assemblies at Mount Si. I'm super excited for an amazing year, and I hope that we can make every event we do in school and outside of school just awesome for you guys. So if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, always feel free to reach out to me.
I'm Kylie. I'm the inter-high representative and the head chair of Connections. I work on connecting students to resources both within our school and just within the community.
I'm Megan. I'm secretary and I'm also communications head chair. So we just work on informing you guys of everything about the school and anything that we put on.
My name is Patrick Carney, and I'm DC Rep. I know some of you guys are full-time and part-time Running Stars students, and my goal is just to keep you guys connected with what goes on at Mount Si. So you guys need to check out any new information. You guys can check out our new ASB website, or you guys can contact me personally.
Hi guys, I'm Audrey. I'm the student activities head chair. So we just plan fun things like Spirit Weeks, Cram the Stands, Pride Spirit Days, and just kind of fun stuff. So if you have any suggestions, just let me know.
Alright, so like I said, hopefully you guys know most of this. If you're not following the Instagram at this point, come on, we need those followers. Schoology group, we just got that up today, so you'll start seeing those messages all the time again. Don't even worry. Wildcat TV, obviously, you can always look at our YouTube and see that, but it's going to be showing your 6th period every single week, so you guys won't have to do anything special to watch that. Our ASB website we redesigned this year. It looks really good. Also, if you're part of club leadership, anything like that, you can use our contact form to request us to post things for you guys. That's pretty important, and we'll make that content for you and get it out, and we really want to do that this year, so if you're part of club leadership, sports teams, whatever, make sure you're looking at our website closely. And then next, we're just going to talk about ASB cards, because we really want to purchase a lot of ASB cards this year, so I'm going to hand off to Kylie.
Okay, so as seniors, you guys probably know most of these, but there's lots of benefits to you guys personally from buying ASB cards. Such as you can get into all of our varsity home games for free, and there's kind of the little fast pass line like most of you saw at our football game. You can get in quicker to the student section if you show your card, and you won't have to pay. And you can also get into the away games cheaper. It's $5 instead of $7 if you show your card when you're buying your ticket. You can get into our dances a lot faster. You won't have to wait in line. They'll just check your ASB card really quick. You can get let right in. If any of you remember, from our spring dance last year, there was a really long line to get in, and it won't be like that at future dances like homecoming. You can also get discounts at local businesses around the valley if you show your ASB card. We'll have a list of those coming out in the near future. We're just trying to reach out to those businesses again. You just show your card, you'll get 25% off, 20% off, whatever they've agreed on. And these are also required if you're a part of any school-sponsored sport or club.
All the money from buying an ASB card goes back to the school, so bands, choir, sports and clubs use it for field trips, competitions, equipment, jerseys, everything like that. So buy it and you can help everyone out.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys already have one, especially if you want to get good spots at the football game and stuff, you need the ASB card to go in that special line. But if you don't have one, I would still really recommend purchasing one. It really helps us out. And you can just ask your parents, go to online payment system. They should know what that means and be able to buy it there. Okay, and then we have 2 more things. One, we're going to take a giant selfie for our first Wildcat moment 2023 right here. So we're gonna try to get. I don't no do like 0.5 and like hold it backwards. So flip it around. And you do 0.5. All right. So everyone, I don't know, just like look pretty. I hope. Okay. And then also, we have our first Spirit Assembly tomorrow, but we want to give you guys like a little inside scoop for one of our competitions. So Patrick is gonna lead us through a new chant that we have this year.
I personally don't trust the freshmen or the sophomores or the juniors to just chant correctly, but I know I have lots of friends in this grade and our peers will do well. So I'm sure you guys have heard of the Wildcat Country chant. So when I say Wildcat Country, you guys say, let's ride in a Wildcat Country. So we're gonna test it out a couple times. So as I said, when I say Wildcat Country, you guys say, let's ride. And make sure you guys get it. All right. You guys ready? Wildcat Country. Wildcat Country.
Okay, so you guys are going to be seeing a lot of that tomorrow. As Patrick and Parker mentioned, we have our first Spirit Assembly tomorrow, so we just really want you guys to have a good and fun time. Obviously, stay respectful, but when Patrick goes up there and he has to try and get the freshmen to do Wildcat Country really loud, make some noise for him, make some noise for all your classmates that are presenting tomorrow, and we just want to have a really fun time. Up here, you can look at the seating chart, and we're going to have big posters hung up tomorrow that's going to show you guys where to sit, but it's your guys' senior year. Go all out, have a ton of fun tomorrow.
Thank you. All right, thank you guys. Let's give them a big round of applause.